We're coming back at you at gloves off, and we have a special guest, Grandmaster Yuli Romo, and we're going to be talking about the importance of the Filipino martial arts, Kali, Eskrima, Arnis, and their meaning to the world. In combativeness, you have to understand that blades and knives and sticks in general are going to be used in weapons during combative situations. Grandmaster, good morning.
Yes, good morning.
Explain to us a little bit about what you do, how you got involved in this fighting science.
Okay. I started I start to play the things in Filipino martial art from my family, Romo family. Now started Eskrima, that is basically the art of fighting of the ancient Filipino, Eskrima or Arnis or Kali. For me, starting, of course, Filipino, basically stick fighting in general. Now, when it comes to a blade, of any length of blade, any kind of blade, any Filipino blade, that is only an option. But I start basically is a stick fighting. Then I have so many instructors, and then the last one instructor is Tatang Antonio Alolod Ilustrisimo. Starting with Ilustrisimo system, or Ilustrisimo methods of fighting, stick fighting, there is no name, actually no name. What is that? He said, Eskrima. What is style? No style. Eskrima is the Eskrima. How many style? Only two sides of style. The forehand and the backhand. Up and down part of the body. That's it.
I'm glad that you say that because
So,
today we have so
basically,
many.
stick fighting, starting this one, the finger stick, the hardwood of finger stick, not a rattan. So this is 1, 2, 3, and 4. Exactly the walking stick. This is what we call, to me, it's a bio stick. Because it's part of my life. Now, starting the bound of Illustrissimo stick fighting basically, it's still already the knife, the barao, all kinds of knife, the labaha, or the pulo, but not including the sword, because there is no sword here. A bulo, a short or like an axe blade. That. Now, starting to play the stick fighting. Aside that, when it comes to the blade, like a knife, you adjust because all martial art, international, any kind of martial art, globally, it's almost the same.
Yeah,
The important is their own understanding identity.
exactly right. Your understanding
Yes,
identity. That's
yes.
exactly right.
Now, after until now, there are many, the names. So, then the people talk about any kind of like a kung fu or karate or jiu-jitsu or aikido or what. But all is the same. The same. If you understand, it's almost the same.
And
Basically, that is the arts and culture. But I talk already the only Filipino culture, like stick fighting basically. Now about the karambit, then no. That is only an option. Basically, Filipino fighting, stick fighting.
exactly
Then
right.
how about blade? Filipino is a greater blade because that is only like it's still already. You adjust because we have our own mentality, understanding identity individually. So look, not like all Sabati. That's individual because my friend, Professor Paul, might speak, is different, direct to the intent point.
Thank you.
Because we have three kinds of fighting arts. Entablado, curado, and matador. So matador from the beginning is a matador. Then time will come, there is a entablado, stage play. And then the last, until now, there are so many politics. That is what we call horado, because of the game of the sports game. But before there is no sports. Only to show entablado, to gather the person, be happy. And the aim is the matador.
It's exactly right.
On the street.
In the combative aspects, it is the matador. Those systems in real life self-defense situation, people have to understand that it is the matador. And the matador is the only way, or the only way of studying that you're going to prevail in a combative situation. And a lot of people forget that. It's not a sparring match in the street. Especially here, you have somebody that's going to pull out a knife. And if you do not train with a knife, you're not going to be able to defend with a knife. And tell me about that culture in the Filipinos. Do you have a lot of people walking with knives? Because in South Texas, the majority of men carry a knife, and we carry a knife.
That's it. That's right. Okay, I explain that. Genuinely, I learned from you your art of combat. No, I learned Bahatsubo, not Bahatsubo, because Bahatsubo is only a level. A label. The art of combat is from me. I can sense any name. Okay. Now, if you learn to me, you start the stick. No, I want the karambit. So I know that's cannot understand. So because after you learn this, because of your body mechanics, footwork.
Exactly.
So
right.
That's why we have two kinds of stick. You have one like this. So this is a one like this. That's why you have the sobra, so that you can move your body now. And this is like a dagger also, because if you apply this dagger like that, slash, this is like elbow also, slashing and then hooking. So this understanding, that's why Filipino martial arts is a boom, wow, every knee. Because the culture of it in me until now, wow, it's a mystical. You know why? It's a puzzle also. You know why? Filipino is good, but I think it is not. Because you know why? Because there are some Filipino pretending this is a Filipino. But that is not a Filipino, mixing of the other art. So, again, all martial art is the same. Chinese, Korean, all is the same. But the important is the understanding individually.
That's exactly. You're absolutely correct. You're absolutely correct.
Yes.
And I've seen that in the past, and this past weekend here in Laredo, we had the second Texas stick fighting championships. People that came from Savat, people that came from Jeet Kune Do, Lamenco, Siete Pares. We had some people that came from
Cali. Yes.
Yeah, and that we came here and under a fellowship of good sport, we had a competition under a set of rules, but with always keeping the reality base. And I know that you were one of the Philippines champions.
Okay.
Explain to me that.
Historically, starting from 1970s, 80s, until 90s. Until late 90s, I stopped. Now, when it comes to the jurado, referee and judges, it's different. It's different fighting. Because we adjust the foul, but the important there, you practice more, practice, and practice. Then the timing, the footwork, how to enter, how to meet your opponents. That is my experience. And the strike, of course, no swiveling, hooking, no. It's only I start, but the elliptical motion. Because my art is not like that. No, it's like that, so that never can hold my stick. Because of like that. And even this one, I can't. Because if I move like that, it's only engaño. So that's why that is my strike. It's not like that. One, no. That's real. Hooking is not like. So that's my experience. in my ano. So I create my striking combat in sports in my own creation. It means from within the art of Tatang Illustrissimo.
Talk to us about your experiences with Tatang Illustrissimo, because a lot of people do not know who Tatang Illustrissimo was. They do not know what he meant to the Filipino martial arts. They have only heard bits and pieces, but I really want to hear what you, GM, your
Yep.
experiences with Tatang.
Yes, Tatang starting stick combat. Then after, to those who lost a group of Illustrissimo in stick fighting, create a blade. That is the truth. Now, create a blade that is already 1980s, late 80s, because all he can fight the stick fighting, so create a real blade. So it's okay. So that's one blade starting late 80s until now. The bolo, the karambit of any, that's okay, exactly, because that is business, you know. We are here, this world, to, you know, this martial arts of business. But from the beginning, stick fighting, very simple fight, how to enter to your opponents. So you must be practiced, don't memorize it. You monitor your opponents, my experience, monitor your opponents. Don't mind yourself. The important is the reaction of your opponents. Thank you.
Thank you. Another thing that I would like to ask you is, what would you encourage people to train in when they come in? And they're always asking, they'll tell you, I want to learn how to fight with a knife. I want to learn how to fight with a stick. It's not the importance of fighting with a knife or a stick. It's the actual understanding of the science behind it. What, to me, the science is kind of the same. When you look at the Kempo arts, when you look at the Eskrima arts, when you look at the arts from the French, they all have a basis, a secular pattern, a universal pattern that exists that many people forget about.
Okay, thank you. Now, situation, the blade situation. We start the blade situation. For my experience, blade situation, this is like a long rifle. And this is also a short pistol. There is a time to use this as short. Unlike the blade also. For example, the blade, when you get the blade like a military special agent, you cannot use just stick. You can. Now without your blade, you use your total body mechanics and empty hands. That's the same. So you create mind, that is mind, that is only our mind understanding, mentally understanding. Not I go to grappling, I go to karate because pretend historically FMA is good in hand-to-hand combat. That's why stick without your hand, knife without your hand, and without this, your understanding, that is only that is a tool only. So, but very hard to understand, like a knife. The knife is a situational.
Okay.
You know, like the hair, hold up, that is already ambush. And slashing is speed because it's very, small weapon. But the important is the situation, your body. In my understanding, is body mechanics, not only the photo, not only the hand. The total posture, for example, like this. No, exactly this one. This one. Then after that, you move this one. So that's why my favorite is Professor Paul, because I can do sabati. It's very, very wow. So that's why. But the other no. For me, actually, I don't use this one. And, but commonly, martial art is arm. It's okay. That's like that. But for me, it's my spine. My center balance is very important.
Correct, correct. You're on point. You're on point because that is correct. You need body mechanics. You need basics. You need to understand how to
Yes.
deliver a punch, how to deliver a kick, how to deliver a strike with a weapon,
Yes.
and those basics are now forgotten. I had an old teacher of mine that I love very much, Keith C., who came out of Hawaii, Sifu Keith C., one of the greatest Kempo men that ever lived, and he used to say,
Yeah.
Paul, a man that's good in his basics, it's a hard man to beat. And a lot of people nowadays, they have more degrees than a thermometer, and they have
Yes.
no basics, you know.
Yes.
And
Yes.
you see their
Now,
students,
I mean,
you know, it, and you see their students. They cannot punch, they cannot move. There's no basics on the underground. They look pretty, but looking pretty in reality is not going to get you. And you're on point with what you said. I want to ask you one question right now, and I want what do you see? What do you see in the future? What will happen with the martial arts? Is it going to be more of a blended system or styles or methods by individuals more so than it is now, or is it going to go
Oh.
back to the core, the basics? What do you see?
Yeah.
Because that's one question.
Okay, thank you. For the future, right now I'm very sad because we lose our original culture. Put headgear, put goggles, put any, then the brain is no act anymore. It's like a robot. Speed because of that toll, because of the paranoia, because of the regalia business. Headgear, then I feel sad now. For the future, there are so many mixing style, but lose the real kingdom of our ancient martial arts.
Yeah, you're correct. And
Yes.
I see that happening in Savat, and it is I see the true combativeness of Savat leaving. Yes, you have the sport combativeness there, and it's still leaving to a new type of. It's not the same Savatur as before. Before a Savatur could be used for many things, you know, from
That's
police
all. Yes,
police
I know
officers
that. Historically,
Yeah.
is what we call it illustrado. Do you know what is illustrado? The illustrado people only.
yes,
Like Eskrima, only for the illustrado.
yeah,
That's why the standing is not very down. It's very smart. Standing like Sabat is for illustrado person.
yes, you're
So,
correct.
but maybe tomorrow it's lost.
You're absolutely correct, and I want to thank you for your input. I want to thank you, GM, for showing us a side of an icon, which is you, of the martial arts, of the of the martial arts. You are one of the most looked for instructors, and continue doing what you're doing because without you, those fighting arts would not be taken forward. Now, number one, thank you for that. Thank you for your friendship that we've always shared, and we look forward
Okay,
to seeing you soon. And again, thank you.
Welcome. Welcome much.
And we're going to go
Okay,
ahead and cut off
Professor.
the show today. And what I'd like to say to people that want to learn martial arts, pick
Okay.
an instructor that suits your needs. Do not look for an instructor that is not for your needs. In other words, if you're looking for self-defense, if you're looking for combativeness, search those instructors out. Do not go, because all martial art schools are good. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But do not
But-
go to a school that's for tournaments when you're looking for self-defense and combative aspects, because it's not going to match.
Yes.
Correct?
Like you. you have already the sabati. But for the youngs, I think that is not good. He like the, the capoeira. It's different. So that's why we adapt. We adapt that. The in time will come when he's a mature.
Yes.
Sapat is good.
Yeah, you're correct.
Like me.
Yeah.
Yes, like me.
Yeah, you're correct.
Then, okay, we adapt that. But we know the secret. Where is the real one?
That's exactly
Because the
right.
youngs, he don't like the sabati. I know that. Like me, but the youngs he don't like my art. He like the wusu, like like this, like an umbak, like Thailand boxing.
They like the flash. They like the
Yes,
flash.
but actually it's there already.
Yeah, it's true. Again,
Okay, so that's very sad.
it is
So
sad.
for the future, I scared that for the future, the lose our kingdom of our art lose for the future.
Yes, and it's a sad thing because you're gonna start seeing
Very sad. Very
less
sad.
and less basic techniques, less and less structure, and more flash. And that, well,
Yes.
to each his
Yeah.
own, I guess.
The other, he don't like basic. Why? Go to me, then no need basic because I have already basic. Oh, then you learn my art. How to, you can learn because basic is there. Yeah, basic. The simple basic is the most advanced. Without the basic, no advance.
You're correct. With no basics, you cannot advance. But you have a lot of advancement without basics. Once more,
Yes.
thank you for your time, GM. Thank you for being here.
Welcome.
And,
Okay, thank you for your inviting also.
Thank.
Mabuhay. Okay.
Salamat.
Wala. Okay, thank you.
Well, that was a great history, great philosophy, great interview with one of the best Eskrima instructors in the world, Grandmaster Yuli Romo. Next Thursday, we'll be talking with about the legalities of self-defense and what we're seeing a lot in Texas is stabbings and fighting with knives and so on and so forth, and what one can do. So we're going to look at the legalities of defending yourself with or without a blade, and look forward to next time. Once more, gloves off.